Well, let's begin. Pito, can you begin?
I try to read because it's very, I can. Accept it. Whatever it is, first accept it. ¿Hay mucho ruido de fondo por la lluvia?
Oh, no.
Okay. Because when you accept the worst case scenario, it is no longer the worst case, but something that's acceptable. Your resistance gives that thing the power. Your acceptance returns it to you.
Yes. So, it's very important, this. You have to pay attention, because what is the opposite of accept something? Resist, and also reject. To reject something, rechazar algo. And if you you know that we always say that this spiritual path has to do with what? With observe, to observe, observation of self-inquiry. And if we observe our feelings, what do we feel when we reject or when we resist something? We invest a lot of energy resisting and rejecting. Acceptance has to do with something totally different. If we accept something, what do you associate acceptance? What is the feeling do you have when you accept something? A feeling of peace, of openness. You are relaxed, of surrender. But it has more to do with to be open.
More calm.
Yes, calmness. It's totally different. And here it says something very important. Your resistance gives that thing the power. Mushi talks also about this. It is totally relatable to our thoughts also. That he says, we are the ones who feed our mind, who feed our thoughts. We are giving ourselves the energy. If we choose not to give that energy to our thoughts or to if we choose not to invest this energy in resisting, this power come back to us. So that's why we feel the feeling is totally different when we accept something. So, and this is an invitation to pay more attention to what we feel when we are resisting something, to our feelings, when we feel discomfort, when we feel uneasiness. Okay, let's go on. Pablo.
Okay. Sorry. When you accept something, your strength returns to you. Why? Because you have become strong enough to let go. Acceptance also relaxes the mind and allows for clear thinking. You know what must be done and are able to do it without fighting yourself in the process.
Okay. Only one thing here. You you know that this text is in the present, it's in present tense. So that's why we have we see an S at the end of the verb, because most of the text is written in the third person, and if we use the third person in simple present, we have to add an S almost always. We have to add an S to the verb, but sometimes when the verb finishes in an X like this, or in SH, cuando el verbo termina en X o en SH o en S, you add also a I to the, porque si no vieron todos sonidos sin, todas consonantes juntas, sin vocal, entonces se juntan los sonidos en silencio y no. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? Esa E que se le agrega al verbo cuando el verbo termina en X o en SH o en S, se pronuncia. Entonces, instead of relax, you say relaxes. It's the same as with finish. You say it finishes. Or wash, washes. What, watches. Siempre esa ES, cuando se agrega ES, la E se pronuncia. Entonces, here, acceptance also relaxes the mind and allows for clear thinking. We were talking about thoughts just some minutes ago. All this happens when we accept something. That's why we feel relaxed. Because, why? Because we are not, we don't have our mind fixed on resisting. So, it's as when we meditate, that we say, we make space. We are not engaging with our thoughts, so we make space to hear or to listen to the voice of God. So, clear thinking has to do with this. Clear thinking, I think, clear thinking, in fact, has to do with no thinking. It has to do with making space for to hear or to listening to the voice of God, to our intuition. So, let's go on. Jose.
Resistance keeps your thoughts and makes the problem seem enormous, and your small in
comparison. The
If
problem seems enormous, and you small in comparison.
If you can accept the problem, you become larger than the problem. You become a
vessel
that can contain it.
Okay. Here we have what? Comparisons. That's why we have the year ending. We feel that we are smaller, but with acceptance, the situation or the feeling is, well, is changed, is transformed. Resistance keeps you stuck. What is to keep stuck? That you are you cannot move. You are in a situation that you don't have you don't know what to do. You feel stuck.
Vessel, ¿qué significa vessel? El
Vessel es como una embarcación. A vessel puede ser un velero, como algo que te contiene. You become larger than the problem. Porque a veces eso, ves que acá al principio dice, keep you stuck. When you are resisting something, what do you feel? That the problem is larger than you, that you have an enormous problem and you don't know what to do. Como que el problema es más grande que vos. Y que vos sos así, como que te deja chiquito. El otro día vieron que yo creo que subí hablaba en un post en Instagram que decía about fear. Well, it's the same feeling. That fear makes you feel small.
I was
Valioso
saying
aporte.
that valioso,
Valuable, very valuable.
valuable.
Important.
Stuck era estancado o
Sí,
varado.
Yes, stagnant. Yes, stuck.
Y vessel me suena a florero, a vasija. ¿No es eso?
A vessel
is
yes, maybe
for me
it's
it's a form
vasija.
of contención, yes.
It's
¿No es
another
vasija, florero.
a recipient. It's another, but it also a ship, a velero.
No sabía.
Yes,
Okay.
it has two meanings.
Bueno, ahora me
Okay.
callo.
Very good, very good. But here you are right, because it is talking about something that contains that. Yes, very good.
Stuck in Italian is impantanato.
Impantanato. Yes, stuck. Yes, and it's you know that we always make the comparison always, and we talk about the words that have a good connotation or a bad connotation, that are negative and positive, and this is a negative word. Stagnant, stuck, resistant. That's why it is associated to or related to resistance, fear, stagnant. ¿Y cómo se escribe, Pablo? ¿Impantanato, así? Impantana. Like this?
Yes.
Impantanato. Well, we have a multilingual class, and it's very...
It's a famous song of Eros Ramazzotti. He said, "Sono ancora impantanato con te."
Ah, impantanato con te. Wow, ancora. He's talking about the present. Ancora is ahora.
Yes. And the translation in Spanish is ugly. In italiano sarebbe schifoso. Es que fa schifo.
Esquivo. Oh, we are learning a lot today. It is because instead of stuck, we are open to new languages in our lives.
But Jose, when you see the stuck and impantanato, you understand immediately the meaning, or no?
Yes. It helps us. We are blessed. We are blessed because we have a lot of information.
This is a new building in New York City, and the name is the Vessel.
Ah, okay. Well,
It seems like a ship. The building.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Yes, we here in Rosario we have a vessel in the
Yes.
Also, yeah, we call it el barquito.
Yes. The vessel of the terzo mundo.
Okay. Yes, and it remembers my past life, my working life, because I worked for 20 years for a logistic and international transport company, and the most important way of transport was ships, vessels. Okay. And we were always waiting for vessels to come, and it's what happens with these means of transport that is the most subject to climate, to weather conditions. So it is more prone to be delayed and to not be in time. So it's the most the cheapest way, but it has its disadvantages. Well, let's go on. Is Vito's turn.
Okay. We believe accepting will make something permanent, which is a mistake. Accepting something makes it fluid. The unchangeable undergoes a transformation when you accept it. The unchangeable undergoes a transformation when you accept it. Why? Because secretly it wants to change. Flow is the nature of life. Our resistance blocks the flow and holds it in place.
Oh, how important it is. It is a new way of looking. It is a new perspective. It is a new view of life. Because it is true. We believe accepting will make something permanent, which is a mistake. Because why we resist? Because we don't want these things to happen or to this situation to come to our lives. But well, Eckhart Tolle says he's, well, the master of the power of now. And he says to resist the present is madness. Why? Because the present, what is happening is already happening. It's just here. You cannot avoid it. So you are investing energy resisting something that but why we resist? Because we think that this situation we don't like will be permanent. And this is great, that the nature of things, Mushi always talks about it, that all things comes and go, that all things of the world have are like clouds in the sky, that everything changes all the time, the good things, the bad things, all. That's why we don't have to identify with things that happens, not only material things, all that happens in our lives. So this, I think that this is the key thing, because secretly, but what is the nature of things is to change. So never anything, whatever it is whatever it is, good or bad. And the other day I read something about neuroscience, and it appears in Instagram for me. And it says that our mind has is what in spirituality we call ego. That our mind has a natural tendency to the negative. And that's why we think that if something bad comes to our life, it will be permanent. But it is in the nature of things to change. And it is a very useful information for us to apply from now onwards. Every time that a negative thing happened to you, please try to think this will pass. But for it to pass, what we have to do? We have to
accept it.
Accept it.
But Cari, I don't understand the phrase which is the unchangeable undergoes a transformation when you accept it.
The unchangeable is something that doesn't change.
Doesn't change. Yes.
Entonces dice que eso que teóricamente no cambia, lo que no puede cambiar, lo que es en Spanish diríamos incambiable, no, bueno, no, pero no, o sea, esa situación que nosotros vemos como que no puede cambiar, undergoes es como que no sufre, como que experimenta, sería to undergo a situation es experimenta una transformación cuando vos lo aceptás. Eso, como que cambia la naturaleza.
Yes, I don't know the meaning of undergoes. I think it was a different thing.
Yes, so
it doesn't make sense for me, that phrase, because I thought undergoes means another thing.
No, it's experimentar. It's that you go through a situation, a transformation, go through maybe another way of saying it in English. The unchangeable go through a transformation when you accept it. Okay. Our resistance blocks the flow and holds it in place. Hold is something. Flow is the nature of life. Flow is the nature of life. Like the river. Like the river. What is the nature? The nature of the river, to flow. That's why Mushi says that we only have to align. When we understand how it works, there is not much for us to do or to control. It has to do with the opposite. We only have to observe, to be open, to accept, and to align with the flow of life. Our resistance blocks this flow, this natural flow of life. That's what happened. And that's why
stock is the same, no? Blocks and stocks.
Claro, stop. Block es like in Spanish, bloquear. Es como que bloquea el flujo. Stop, lo detiene. Stuck, and you get stuck. They are all related words. And hold, well, I put, because hold has a lot of meanings in English. And it's also a phrasal verb. Sometimes it is used to, so, yeah, and it means different things. Because, for example, it can be, one of the meaning is to to grasp or to retain. Por ejemplo, agarrar algo quiere decir hold. For instance, in this case, that she held the baby in her arms. Tenía agarrar algo o sostener. Can you hold my bag for a second? Eso cuando el verbo está solo, ese es uno de los significados. O here, this yesterday when I saw this phrase, I remember my recent past when I have the problem with the blackmail. The bank will hold your documents, your funds, sería here. The bank will hold your funds until the documentation is processed. To hold es retener también, retener los fondos, eso se usa mucho in finance. To restrain or to control. También puede ser. Después, cuando se usa con hold back, for example, hold back something, es también. Es como retener, and it is used in the case of feelings. Here, for example, he tried to hold back his anger, but he couldn't. Como que quiso retener o evitar, digamos, su furia, pero fue más fuerte que él y explotó. Una cosa así sería. Hold back.
Y hold on es la más...
And hold on is
Hold on.
when you call someone, is always used.
Wait.
Hold on is to wait. And when you call someone by phone, and is very used in English, we always listen to this phrase. Please hold on, and I transfer your call. Es el esperar un segundito y ya te transfiero la llamada o ya. Hold on a second, wait.
Wait.
Instead of wait, they say hold on. Okay. And well, there is another meaning that comes back to me now. It has to do, it's a meaning, a synonym of it will take place also. For example, the meeting will be held on next Monday. Eso es también otra cosa. To hold a meeting is to take place. Tendrá lugar tal o será tal día. Will be held. Okay. And I'm saying held because why? Hold is a irregular verb. And in present we say hold. And in past we say held. Or in the participle form. Well, so we come to the end here. I don't know. Pablo, do you want to read?
Yes. The best way to change something is to be fully accepted at the deepest level of your being. Then witness is undergo a spontaneous transformation. It is in the nature of things to heal, to change when left untouched. Like water that flows around the stone after accepting it, keep flowing. For water that keep flowing meets the ocean.
Okay. Then witness it, observe. We were talking about observing instead of getting involved. Then witness it, undergo a spontaneous transformation. Es como que al observarlo, eso, observar y aceptar, eso, ¿qué pasa? Sucede como una transformación espontánea, spontaneous transformation. It is in the nature of things to heal. Nature. Pablo, you repeat. It is in the nature of things to heal, to change when left untouched.
Okay. It is in the nature of things to heal, to change when left untouched.
This is another new thing, because what we are used to think, that we have to do something to make it change. And here it says, it is in the nature of things to heal. Heal, what is to heal? Heal is a very beautiful word.
Sanar.
Yes, the healing process. And let's think about it. When you have an injury, or not only a physical injury, but when you are stressed, for example, and you go to the doctor, what the doctor, what is the prescription of the doctor? To rest.
To rest.
La mayoría de las veces que nos dicen, nos dan ¿qué?
Slow down, to slow down,
to rest.
To stop working.
It is the same that it is saying here. If we want things to heal, healing needs relax, needs rest, needs to be left untouched. Sería el famoso déjalo en paz, no lo toques, déjalo así, déjalo que descansar, porque ¿qué pasa? Things needs a process, healing needs a process, and something. And what does this mean? Let's think about it. Let's reflect on this. Give time. Give the other time, and give yourself also a time. And it means doing nothing. We are so... There is that's why we always talk about change of habits and change of mindset also. Lo primero que tenemos que cambiar es la forma de pensar, chicos. Porque we are so used to that we have to do. And in the spiritual path, what we learn? First, be. And then do. And this just be has to do with do nothing. And we are allowing the change to happen in this way. For water, like water that flows around the storm, after accepting it, keep flowing. Fíjense en este ejemplo que hay acá, que dice que hace la corriente, el agua, cuando se encuentra una piedra en el camino, como que está ahí, pero no deja de fluir por la piedra, sigue, la acepta y sigue fluyendo. For water that keeps flowing meets the ocean. Es como que está en la naturaleza del río llegar al mar o llegar al océano. Bueno, with ourselves it happens the same, with all the situations that comes to our lives. So, to experience this, what is very resourceful or useful tool? Meditation. So now we are going to do this beautiful and simple meditation of Thich Nhat Hanh. that he uses what? Breathing. Connecting with breathing to connect with yourself. He says, breathing in may be a very joyous, pleasant practice. He says something very simple and very beautiful, because you breathe in and you are aware of your in-breath, and you are aware that you are alive. With the simple act of breathing, you are aware you are alive. Okay. Let's, we can read these phrases that are in another color, and then we meditate, because they are very beautiful. They are going to make us aware of what we are doing. Jose, do you want to read here? After having practiced, he's talking about the in-out movement, to breathe in and to breathe out. What happens?
After having practiced in, out for a few moments, you notice that your in-breath has become deeper, and your out-breath also has been lower, becomes lower. And it means that the quality of the breathing has increased. Increased. And it brings more pleasure and harmony within your body and your consciousness. You don't try to make it deeper or longer. It just becomes deeper and longer in a very natural way. And that's it's thanks to the energy of mindfulness that is in you.
Wow. So let's experience it.
Cari, I think that we did it, one of that of Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yes, it was another meditation. It was longer.
Yes, and I found that voice very particular, and I like it. So I did it a few times, and then I found the book in Brazil.
Yes.
And I bought it. But when I'm reading the book, I hear the voice. O sea,
yes,
like I have that voice, and it's very relaxing for me.
Yes.
So I did it a lot of times because I like that voice. And when I'm walking, I heard that voice, and I said, I'm breathing in, breathing out, and in that voice in my head. And it's very, very relaxing for me. I don't know why, but I like it.
Because it has to do with the vibration. We always say this. It is not what we say, it's from where we say it. And he's there. It's like Mushi when he speaks. They are there. They are talking from a place that it is beyond words, beyond this physical world. So we can, this is very beautiful what it says here. Pablo, can you read it? This it is in another color.
Yes. Breathing in and smile. Breathing out, I let go of my worries. We may have things in us that upset us, and because of that, we cannot be free and happy. But we know that whatever that is, it is not as important as my peace in the here and the now.
And we feel this. We are going to experience this. That if we can't be here and now, everything else disappears. And we find this peace we are. You don't have to fight. Here it says. So, Vito, let's read this last one and then we'll do it.
Okay. There are many reasons why the present moment can be a wonderful moment, because the present moment is the only moment available to us to live.
Okay, let's practice it. So, well, now I will share the meditation. Let me check, where is it? Here.
When you breathe in, you might use the word in. When you breathe out, you might use the word out, in order to identify your in-breath as in-breath and out-breath as out-breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Awareness of the breathing. We call it the mindfulness of breathing. And breathing in may be a very joyous, pleasant practice. You breathe in and you are aware of your in-breath. And you are aware that you are alive. Still alive. Because to be still alive is a miracle. That is why when you breathe out, you can smile. So, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. You just use the word in and out. And you enjoy your breathing. If you know how to breathe in and breathe out and produce mindfulness, just breathing in and out can be already very nourishing and healing. It brings a lot of joy. And after 1, 2, or 3 minutes, you may like to try deep and slow. Breathing in, you say deep. Breathing out, you say slow. It means breathing in, I notice that my in-breath has become deeper. And breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. So deep, slow is the word you use in order to maintain mindfulness of breathing alive. To be aware of our in-breath and our out-breath. After having practiced in-out for a few moments, you will notice that your in-breath has become deeper and your out-breath also has become slower. And it means that the quality of your breathing has increased and it brings more pleasure and harmony within your body and your consciousness. You don't try to make it deeper or longer. It just becomes deeper and longer in a very natural way. And that is thanks to the energy of mindfulness that is in you. In, out, deep, slow. Later on, you may enjoy calm, ease. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I feel at ease. I take everything at ease. Everything is less important than my peace, my stability in the present moment. Calm, ease. And if we practice accordingly to that spirit, the pleasure will always increase. Calming, easing. And then smile, release. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I let go of my worries. We might have things in us that upset us. And because of that, we cannot be free and happy. But we know that whatever that is, it is not as important as my peace in the here and the now. So breathe in and you say, smile. Breathing in, I smile. This is a wonderful smile. This is a smile of challenge. You know, nothing is as important as your peace and stability in the here and the now. So that smile is very powerful. Smile. You smile at all these afflictions that always want to come and assail you. You smile to them. You don't have to fight. You just smile at them. Smile and release. And then the last exercise is very pleasant to practice. Present moment, wonderful moment. There are many reasons why the present moment can be a wonderful moment. Because the present moment is the only moment available to us to live. Because the past is already gone, and the future is not yet there. There's only one moment for you to live. That is the present moment. As you are sitting there, mindfully, you dwell in the present moment, and you become fully alive. And you know that life is there, inside of you and around you. To be alive is a miracle. That is why, breathing in, I establish myself in the present moment. Breathing out, I know that this is a wonderful moment. According to the Buddha's teaching, you have to make the present moment into the most wonderful moment of your life. And we have ways of doing so. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release. Present moment, wonderful moment. If you don't remember every word, and then in, out, deep, slow would be enough for the first day. In, out, deep, slow, it can already bring you a lot of happiness.
Well, my friends. We can experience it. It's as simple as this. We were talking about the flow, and with the flow of the breath, we can experience the same. So, just remember it. Try to remember it. And this meditation lasts only 7 minutes. But the effect is longer. So you have a simple way to come back to you. Don't fight, accept. This is the message for this week. Well, my friend, thank you. It has been a very beautiful morning. And you know that the meditation has the sound of the water in the background. And when it finishes, I am hearing the sound of the rain here.
Yes.
And it's the same. So it's a gift. Well, thank you. Have a very beautiful weekend. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
See you when we can.